Here we are, headed south on US 27, going to Lake Placid, Florida, which must be a friendly place because they welcome you to Lake Placid. It's written right there on the railroad trestle. Lake Placid sits about 100 miles due south of Orlando, midway across the state, from the Atlantic to the Gulf of Mexico. It's right in the middle of the state. As you drive into Lake Placid, the first thing that will probably catch your eye will be a tower. As you can see it off to the left there. This is the famous Tower of Lake Placid. It was opened in January 1961 as a tourist attraction. It was not all that successful. It was the tallest concrete block building in the world when it was built. Unfortunately, it closed for good in 2003, and today it serves as a cell phone tower, which is pretty good. It's also nice to watch it as you drive in. Lake Placid is a nice little town. Has a population of 2,306 as of the 2020 census. In 2000, the population was 1,664, so it's grown pretty good. Now we're coming into the main part of town. I'm going to take you down and show you some of the downtown area. If you know, they have a fairly vibrant commercial area here. They even have a brand new Wawa store. That's a big deal. Going to turn right here and head downtown. Lake Placid was formerly known as Lake Stearns when it was first chartered back in 1925. But it just so happens that Dr. Melvin Dewey, who invented the Dewey Decimal System, took a liking to the Lake Stearns area. He had founded the Lake Placid Club in Lake Placid, New York, and he thought it would be a good idea to call it Lake Placid here. So in 1927, he convinced the local people to change the name. It's been that name ever since. Here we're headed down, going to a little commercial area that's fairly interesting. This building off to the right used to house the local newspaper, and when it went away, they put stores and shops in there, and then they expanded it. And once a week, they have a farmer's market, which they're having today. And as you notice, it's very well attended. They have a little bit of everything out there. Driving down through Main Street, you'll also note that unlike some towns and other areas, you don't see any vacant buildings. Everything is occupied. This town has two nicknames. One is the town of Murals. The other is the Caladium capital of the world, which we're going to see shortly. This town has 47 murals. There's one right on the right there. If you like murals, you could spend the day just driving around town looking at these murals. You could also go out and look at the Caladium fields. They are beautiful. I'll be telling you a little bit about them later. Going around Devane Park now. This is a circular park that the city uses for various events. It's circled by some commercial buildings. We're going to go on around Devane Park and then head on out to look at some real estate. The average home value in Lake Placid is $293,486. I'm going to ride out and show you some on the higher end and then show you a few on the lower end. We're headed out now to Lake June in winter, one of the larger lakes. Highlands County, which is where Lake Placid is located, does a real good job of building public parks on their lakes. This lake has more than one. It has 2 or 3 public parks. And this is one of them. Place for launching boats, swimming, picnicking. This is a field they use for sports, mostly soccer, because there's a large number of Latin Americans who live here and they love soccer. Now I'm going to show you some of the higher end homes that are here in Lake Placid. Here's one with his RV shed out front. Here's a new one just recently completed. Here's another house that's almost there. As you can tell, it's going to be a nice one. Here are 2 that are already completed. And next door, there are 2 more going up. These are very nice lakefront homes, and they help maintain that average value of $293,000. I'm going to go back through town and show you some more houses in this nice little town of Lake Placid, which is very friendly. They do live up to their reputation. Going to go past the farmer's market again. That's the building there on the right that used to be the city newspaper building, and now it's got nice restaurants and shops in there. They've even expanded a little bit. As you can tell, it's hard to find a place to park here. No vacant buildings in Lake Placid. It's a very nice place. Here we're going to go and look at some homes that are on the other end of the spectrum. Got lots of golf carts here. They're very popular. Now I'm going to go down and show you some homes on the lower scale of prices in Lake Placid. These homes are close to the center of town, and they're nice, modest homes. Here's a person who likes to collect things, obviously. And there's vacant lots here. If you'd like to build next door, you could probably get that lot and move in next door and collect a few things. We're going to look at a few other houses in the Lake Placid city area. For your information, crime statistics here are pretty good. Lake Placid has a total crime index of 9, meaning 100 other communities are safer. Crime rate's not bad. They had 11 cases of violent crimes and 67 cases of property crimes last year. It's relatively safe here. Here you see more residential areas in downtown Lake Placid. Median age of Lake Placid residents is 38 and a half years. The median age for the state of Florida is 42. So Lake Placid's fairly young. Estimated median household income here is $43,000. 28% of the people here live below the poverty level. That's pretty high. These are more city homes in Lake Placid. These look more affordable than those homes out on the lake. Now we're going back down a commercial area in town. Again, on this street too, you notice that there are no vacant buildings in this town. Unlike many places you go to, you'll see vacancies everywhere, but Lake Placid is fairly well filled up. There's more commercial areas here. Now I'm going to take you out to the Caladium fields, down off the Lake Wales Ridge. Lake Placid sits up atop the Lake Wales Ridge, and where they grow the caladiums is down low. Caladiums are a big deal here in Lake Placid. They even call Lake Placid the Caladium capital of the world. There are 7 growers who raise these caladiums. They farm 900 acres. Back in 1978, there were 36 growers. Today, they're down to 7. Caladiums add $10 million to the economy of Lake Placid. Currently, there are 60 varieties of caladiums grown in Highlands County. They tell me that they have to save 10% of each crop to replant for the following year. They have a Caladium festival here in the summer. If you're ever nearby, I'd advise you to drop in. It's a very interesting event they have. We're now driving down the road out to the Caladium fields. We're going to pass by some more residential areas, which I'm going to show you a few. Off to the right is a retirement home. Very nice. We are now heading out to the Caladium fields. It's very interesting when you go out there. To get there, you drive off the Lake Wales Ridge down to the lowlands, which is about 100 feet lower, and that's where the caladiums grow. Before we go there, I'm going to show you a few more of the housing here in the Lake Placid area. This area I'm going to show you is not in town, but it's typical of the housing you see around Lake Placid. Not as expensive as the homes out on the lakes, but they're nice. Passing by on the left, some more commercial areas. The breakdown by sex, males and females in town is 43.5, 45.3 are males, 48.6 are females. The females have a little jump on the males. Okay, as we drive by the Dollar General store, I'm going to show you another residential area. It's not in the city limits of Lake Placid, but it's close by, and it's typical of what you see throughout the area. These are nice, modest homes out here where many working people live, and also many retirees live here. It's an area where there aren't that many restrictions, and people can either keep their places up very nice, or they have the freedom to let them get a little jumbled up. And lots of freedom here in Lake Placid. Here you see more of these homes. Again, a good number of these homes are occupied by retirees. But it's a good place to live, to get a house without paying an arm and a leg in a nice area. You can see a little bit of everything's here. Truck drivers, fishermen, tradesmen. I'm going to turn around up here and head back out to the main road, and we'll go out and look at the Caladium fields. So bear with me as we swing around. Now we're heading back out to the main road. We will go to the fields by driving off the Lake Wales Ridge. For someone who lives out west in the mountains, might get a chuckle out of the fact that we call this the Lake Wales Ridge, and it's only about 100 feet above the flatlands. But to the Florida Flatlander people, that's a ridge. And there's the Dollar General store. It does quite well there. Now we're going to head out to the fields. Speaking of vacancies, there's a vacant building. Had been used for a while. All the other buildings out here are occupied with various type businesses. Over on the right is a state preserve. The state of Florida is now buying up land to preserve it. They want to prevent this area from becoming a subdivision, golf course, and shopping centers. They're saving it. There you see above, ahead, are the Caladium fields. 900 acres of incredibly beautiful plants. It's not an easy business. In '78, there were 36 growers, and today there are 7. The product they grow, the purpose of it is to look at. For that reason, it takes extra care and protection to raise these plants properly, to make them look good. And they sell them all over the world. There are Dutch brokers who buy a large number of these bulbs and sell them along with their tulip bulbs. Now we're heading down the edge of the Lake Wales Ridge. Off to your right, you will see the magnificent fields of caladiums. It is almost harvest time. There they are. You see the different colors. I'm going to swing around up here and end this video with a parting view of the fields. Let's head back. And there you have a view of the beautiful Caladium fields of Lake Placid. I hope you have enjoyed this tour of the town of Lake Placid and the fields out here where they grow these beautiful caladiums. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel, like this video, and let others know about it. I would appreciate it greatly and encourage you to come to Lake Placid to the next Caladium Festival. Thank you for watching.